right, dudes. So we back with the light tier list here. This one was hard too because I feel like this tier list, like everything is like pushed up more because there's actually a lot of decent units that are light units, which makes sense because they're ML right. So let's dive right into it. This was kind of like these. Where I was gonna put everything, like I said, it was really difficult. I think Maid is just beyond insane. I think everyone can agree with that at this point. Maid is disgusting. She's one of the most pre-banned units right now. People don't want to fight her if you don't have Blood Moon Haste. Like, she's really hard to fight against. I draft Maid a lot myself. I've kind of been favoring Amelia a little bit more as recently, but Maid is still very insane. And there's really not much talk. Like, she brings you to attack buff, she brings a cleanse, she stuns something, gives you CR, she gives you free effect resistance for your entire team, making it easier to deal with Carrot, and like just stuff like that. She's like, Maid's just really good, right? She's just really good. I run a pretty fast one. I was running a 260 Maid for a while, and I was running on Potion Vial. I tried her on Warhorn. I think right now she's holding some Madras, just for the extra ER, and I run her with a spread out imprint next to the unit next to her Carmen with the spread ER imprint, so it gives my team like 50 free ER, which is pretty nice. Actually, it's closer to 60 free ER because like I get like 15 here or something, and I get like another 10 here and then 40 here, so yeah, it's 65 free ER for your entire team. Them kind of excluded because like for the other two units, they'll get the full. They won't get it themselves, right? And then Carmen is just like, it's the meta's kind of shifting back. A lot of people were using Carmen over FCC, and the meta is kind of shifting back to FCC because I think FCC can she transitions a little bit better into a pivot draft. Like, you can have FCC on your team in a cleave. She provides the barrier and the skill null and etc. If you don't finish everything off, gives you a little bit more opportunity. Carmen can kind of do the same thing, but she's kind of susceptible to like unbuffable and stuff. I guess FCC is too. They essentially kind of do the same thing. Carmen gives you more mitigation through a passive damage reduction, whereas FCC just gives everybody a big ass barrier, right? Like, Carmen will give you more mitigation through her Aureus and her passive effect, like if you have unbuffable on you, for example, then FCC will, because they get rid of all the barriers, right? She's basically used in condom comps for the most part. I draft my Carmen quite a bit. I actually re-geared mine yesterday because I didn't like how fast she was. I had her like 205 speed, I think. I think it was just too fast because I run a few slow DPS units, like my S10 is slower than that. I run a counter Landy that's way slower than that. So I figured I took all her gear off and I gave it to T Crozet instead. And then I gave T Crozet's old gear and dropped her down to like 180. So she will go after my units like S10 and etc. But she gives you immunity. She gives you, invincibility. She's just a solid pick into a tanky draft, right? And then going into the S tier, this is where it got confusing for me. I know G-Perk was kind of falling off a bit. He was like top of the meta last season, right? And preseason, he was pretty relevant as well. But, he's fallen off a little bit, but I still see him drafted a lot, and he's still very annoying. The CR gain's annoying. Still pretty much drafted in rundown comps. Sorry, I'm tired. But he's just solid, right? We have LR Crowl. I really wish I had this unit. He fits in my playstyle so well. He's very good into all the AoE that's in the game right now. Rim, Landy, etc. I don't know how great he is into Landy. Usually people will do okay with him against me into Landy. He's immunity for Carrot. I just think he slots very solid into this meta right now. I didn't play during the Golden Boys era, which I think consisted of these three units. I didn't play then, so I didn't really experience that meta. But I can see how it could be very good. And there's a lot of players that use LR Crowl still. Like I said, I wish I have him. I think he's actually, right now, he's the ML that I want the most that I don't have. And he should be coming soon to the shop, maybe, right? Or I don't know how soon he'll have a Mystic Banner again. Guess we'll see. But I think he's a very solid unit. You can set him up to do damage, you know, with Portrait or whatever. You can just throw Adamant Shield on him. I would go a tankier route personally, and throw Adamant on him or something like that. And then we have Sagebail. I'm definitely a Sagebail abuser. He was my first ML way back in the day. He's the first. He's the reason I hit Legend in Arena, you know, over 2 years ago now for the first time. Like, I pulled him on his first Mystic Banner. And, you know, before there was Pity, you know, a long time ago. And I used him a lot. Then he got nerfed. And then I recalled him for FCC. But I actually pulled another copy right before the recall came out from Galaxy Summons, I believe. Or it might have been like right after they put him in Covenants, and I pulled him off of Covenant. I actually distinctively remember I was at work, and like I was helping. I think I was helping my dad like do some hard code or something. And, like I was mixing, and then like I had my X7 on the back and like on the side over here on my phone, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a summon. And I pulled Sagebail. I was like, oh shit, now I can recall mine, and got my FCC. Pretty cool. Another LQC. I actually wasn't sure whether to put LQC in S or in A, but LQC just has a stacked kit, and there's a lot of relevant dark units in the meta, right? FCC is really popular, Trozit, and other things. I don't even really know what other things. ML Haste. She's a very good pick in the ML Haste. I saw him down here. And I was like, oh yeah, she's good in the ML Haste. So there's that. She's really just anti-dark tech, right? She gives herself self-immunity, which is pretty nice. She's good into the debuffers that are in the meta right now. There's not too many of them. But like she's safe against Rim defense breaking, you know, throughout the match. She's a good single target answer for Rim because you're not gonna want to hit anything but Rim generally when you're fighting against a Rim. So she's not bad into her. But yeah, that just kind of rounds up S and above. Some of these units might be able to go up here sometimes. You know, sometimes like they pop off, but sometimes they can go down here. And then the A was kind of, this is weird for me, right? I'll put Ruel in A. I think Ruel is always going to be a good unit in RTA. Revives are just strong, right? I don't think there's, and you could build her like really tanky with the way, you know, they changed gear recently. Man, all these edits to these yawns. I keep cutting out yawns. But yeah, Ruel is just a solid unit, right? New skin from last season. Pretty nice. I'm glad I came back in the game just in time to push up. I hit champion last season after not playing a year still. Like, climbed up pretty quick, which was pretty neat. And managed to get her skin. Then we have a Tywin. A Tywin is still good. You can run him. You can run a high effectiveness. You can run a hybrid. To where he does some damage with some effectiveness. So you can just go full bruiser. Mine's like full bruiser right now. I kind of pick him into Bazaar, usually. I think I'm running him on Holy Sack. Pretty sure. I don't remember. I don't really draft him as anti-cleave tech either. He's just a solid unit at this point. Like A for me is just like generally just a solid unit. Then when you push up to S, I think, you know, those are the ones that are a bit overtuned for the meta. Example, like the when I say overtuned, I don't mean like they need a nerf, right? I mean like they're good into the meta. When I say they're overtuned for the meta, it's like it would be like saying like the meta's really heavy with what's a good example? The meta's really heavy with like a debuff meta. It's a debuff meta, right? I would push Amelia up, you know. Not saying she's super overtuned. She kind of is pretty busted, but that would make her top tier, right? She's not even top tier. She's still. Why'd I get so tired? I need to sleep more. And then going over, we have Watcher Shuri. He's just really just drafted in a cleave. He's a good answer for just deleting things, really. Nothing special to really talk about him. He's drafted in cleaves. I did some fun tech with him in season 1 to where like I built him like 220 speed and gave him good damage. And like I would draft him next to Yuna, and sometimes he would just get gabbed, and I would delete something. I wouldn't even, and it would turn the match into a 3v3. Like, I just let them die afterwards. I'd take out one of their threats, just let him die, turn it 3v3. I'm going to go to bed after this video. Holy shit. Then we got T-Surin. T-Surin's anti-cleave tech, really. She's not as popular now. There's some units that are really good into her if you draft a barrier. Carrot can one-shot her with Detonate, and so can ML Kawazu. So, there's that. She's still a good unit, though. Now I'm sneezing, man. What the fuck is going on? Then we got Doris here. I think Doris is really good. I built mine, and I was using her for a little bit. It's really hard to slot her into a draft sometimes. Because sometimes I want to pick her, and some areas where I would pick her, it's like, I should have picked her well, because they just killed something, and like I can't revive it right now, right? The fact that she brings the defense buff is really good. She's a solid Soul Weaver. And she's relatively easy to obtain. So like any newer players that are watching this, like if you need like another Soul Weaver for PvP, Doris is really, really good. And then Athletica, we just have her for cleave, right? She can kind of fit well into the Pavel tech, like if like a last 2 pick and a slower draft as well. Some people use a damage Athletica, and she performs all right. She's not crazy right now, because she AoEs right, and there's a lot of reasons not to AoE right now. So, yeah. And then going down into B tier, these are kind of just like units that you can pick in these situations. We got some speed prints in here in Gloomy and Mursa. They can Gloomy can hold an extra book. I know some people are starting to use her. I've been looking at Gloomy Rain for a very long time, and I still haven't built her yet. So it's like this unit has so much potential to be good. If she gets a specialty change, she's going to be insane. So that's something to look forward to, maybe. DJ Basar. I love this unit. He's one of my favorite designed units in the game. Like I really like DJ Basar. He's like, I was actually gonna do Twitch emotes based off of like his cat, the white one. I like DJ Basar. I fucking hate Basar, and I like DJ Basar. DJ Basar is like one of my favorite units in the game. I remember when he came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, this unit sucks," and I was like, "I don't care. I'm pulling him," and I would draft him in Guild War, and he would be terrible. And then like this is when we were like pushing for high rank, and like they'd be like, "Don't, you're actually inting picking that unit. Don't do it." And I would find ways to win with them. Oh, it was so fun back then. Too bad I don't have fun with Guild War now. I don't even want to do it. Speaking of which, I think I have attacks to do right now, and I still haven't done them. So got to do that before I go to sleep. But yeah, I like DJ Basar. It's like right now on this meta, like just pick Amelia, man. The immunity's nice. I've seen him drafted. Like he can definitely be drafted. I just don't think he's as good as he was, before. He did get a buff since I quit. Buff didn't do too much of a difference, but right now it's just not really his meta, And then we have F Maya here. I drafted F Maya a couple times, because I had this extra tanky damage gear, and she did really well. She's definitely usable. Is she a top tier PvP unit? Nah, but she's pretty good into like I wouldn't say like into Arbiter Vildred, she's like all right. Arby's kind of fallen off this meta a little bit. He's still picked sometimes, but he's nowhere near as oppressive as he was before. Like this is actually the weakest Arbiter Vildred's ever been, and I'll talk about that in the next video, I guess. But yeah, she's decent tech against him. She's hard to debuff, like very hard to debuff, so she's good into like Carrot and stuff, but it's gonna be very hard to kill Carrot with her at the same time, So yeah, and then we have Solitaria here. It's just a niche pick. I see her pick sometimes, and she works, and then sometimes she doesn't really do anything, but sometimes she works. So I was like, okay, well I can't put her down next to Guider Aether, right? So I'll leave her here. And then Mercer talked about it. She's a speed imprint. She's not a bad unit. I've been thinking about building Mercer for a while now, so maybe actually will sometime soon. I don't know. Silverblade Araminta. She just does what she always does, right? Stuns everybody. She can be drafted in Cleave. I know Jenna does it sometimes. Sometimes people set themselves up to where they can get hit with the Silverblade Araminta, and then she's a good late pick And then Broman is just another stripper. He was very good. It's crazy what happened with like all the meta completely changed since I quit. Because when I quit, like debuffers were all over the place. People were drafting Broman and Fire Tenebria and a bunch of that stuff. And like I know they changed the frenzy to where like you didn't really need effectiveness on units anymore because it would decrease over time. So you couldn't really like take advantage of it anymore. Which is okay. I think it was healthy for the game to make the change. And I think the way it is now, I think it's the best it's ever been. I think the issue with RTA right now is the point gain system. I'm not like hard stuck in Challenger. Like around like 1900. It's very hard to climb out. It's like the top 200 area. Some of my matches are like 20 minutes long. And like sometimes I literally like the match will go 20 minutes long and then I'll lose a 50-50. Like I'll have hit down and I'll miss. And that'll cost me the game. Violet won't dodge. And it'll cost me the game. That's what all my games come down to. And it's kind of annoying. But I think Crab Gang is going to happen. I think I should finish Emperor, which is pretty good, right? But yeah, I'm not going to go down into here. I have seen Blango picked. That's kind of an old tech that people try to revive, but I don't think this is his meta. Jake Hisei has severely fallen off. I think we're in for a rework. She just doesn't work anymore. And then Celeste is a speed imprint. But yeah. And then Spez, it's just, he requires too much setup, right? I wish Spez was really good. Could arguably put Spez in B. I mean, if you get the setup, you get the setup. I mean, it's not really any different than getting the setup with her, right? So, I guess he could fit here. Why not? I'm going to be pulling for him to try and get this unit here, which I should probably talk about. Okay, go watch my video. And video on her. And you'll see why I just like throw her up there. Like, and then this unit's just still unknown because no one has a triple S yet. Once I think like once people have like the speed imprint on her, this unit's got a very interesting kit. I think she might even jump up here for cleave. But this unit is going to cause an issue with that, so we'll just have to see. But yeah, that's going to be it for this. Sorry I didn't really have any units to showcase here. I guess I could have showcased like Maid reviving my team, but right, how exciting would that be? Or Carmen putting up immunity and invincible. You know, like there's really no light unit I could showcase here. Charlotte bombing something, you know, like it's not really gonna have the impact on like why this unit is top tier as opposed to like when I showed it with Pavel just one-shotting this entire guy's team, right? Light doesn't really have a unit that does that. Light is like, if you look at these units here, there's no real like cracked out pure damage units. I mean, there's Spez, yeah, and then T-Surin. And then the rest are like, and then, you know, kind of Charlotte, but she's really tanky. She's got good utility in her kit. It's mostly like utility units that are light generally. Like there's not really any crack damage dealers. There's no S10, Arbiter, Vildred, Rylet. You know, all the crack damage dealers for MLs are generally dark. You know, A Sid, A Coley, ML Ken. You know, Bryce Area. So many damage dealers are dark, and usually it's like the more support kind of characters are light for the most part. So there's really nothing to showcase here. Maybe I could try and showcase something for another, or maybe I'll upload another RTA video, you know, showcasing, you know, units like that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. This video is almost 20 minutes. Probably is 20 minutes with the intro and the outro. So I will catch you guys later. Make sure you hit like if you enjoyed and you want to see more content from me. I'm pumping these videos out. We're going. We're full sending. I'm gonna do more stuff. Song's still coming soon. I think I want to make a video for this one. I need to get paid first, so I get paid in a couple days, and I'll send it off if I ever get a video. Go up sometime next week. And yeah, if you made it this far and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? I think only 50% of my subs or my views are subs. Like, we could easily hit over 10K. We could easily hit like 13K if everybody that clicked on my videos just hit the red button. Like, let's push. I want to go. Let's go, guys. Hit the sub button. It is free. I'll do giveaways and stuff. Let's go. I'm ready to do some content. I'm still fucking talking. See ya.
You're no friend of me, get out of my vicinity. We are not aligned, you're nowhere near this affinity. Clearly my divinity has triggered your salinity. I got you fit to be like in the sky every minute. He rhymes, I feel a buzz to infinity and beyond. His ability, what a rush, like he's waving a brush. And every image he paints makes me question my identity. I'm getting all fidgety from his delivery. You're no kin to me, don't pretend to be. My proximity is activity, they'll fuck you up mentally.